சார் மனோஜ் சார் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாமாங்க சார்?
ஓகே மேம், ஓகே, ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணிடலாம் மேம்.
ஓகே சார், 1 செகண்ட் சார். அதுல்யா ஸ்டார்ட்மா.
Yes, ma'am. A very good morning to all. I take this golden opportunity to welcome everyone to this delightful session. Today we have Dr. T. Manoj Kumar sir, Associate Professor of Electronics and Communication Engineering Department of Karpagam Institute of Technology. It is a pleasure for all of us to have such a great personality among us. We all are keen to hear from you, sir. It is an honor for me to welcome you, sir. I welcome you on behalf of the management, the principal, the vice principal, all the faculty members, and the students taken part. And I heartily welcome our coordinator of the session, Ms. V. Pavitra ma'am, Assistant Professor in EZ Department, Karpagam Institute of Technology. I also take this opportunity to welcome all the participants to this session. I ensure you all that you will thoroughly enjoy the session of the webinar and will definitely take some learnings home. Once again, I welcome you to this webinar, sir. I call upon our resource person to take over the session. Thank you.
Thank you, Adulya. It's a warm welcome. And good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Okay. And I once again welcome you all for this webinar, Roadmap to Startup. Okay. There is a beautiful saying that never dream of becoming something. If you dream of doing something. Okay, from the childhood, we might have heard that, or we might have wished to become something. That is, I need to become an IAS officer, or I need to become an IPS officer, or I need to become a good engineer or doctor, like that. Okay, everybody will be having a dream of becoming something. But the actual thing is, becoming something is different than what you are going to do once you become a doctor, which means I have become a doctor. And what I am going to do once I become a doctor, that is the motivation you need to pursue something. Okay, simply I'm going to become an IAS officer or an IPS officer or a doctor doesn't make you or doesn't take you to the goal. Okay, and the fire behind your desire or the major motivation that you need is what you are going to do once you achieve your goal. That is the most important thing. And doing something related with environment and the surroundings and the society and even for your own self. Okay, it deals with everything. Becoming something is it's like a selfish thing. Okay, and in this webinar we are going to learn, or we are going to try to understand how it is possible for a student to become an entrepreneur, or how it is possible for a student, or what are the steps he need to follow to make a successful startup. Okay, it's just a simple interactive session, and I have tried to make my presentation very, very simple so that everyone is able to understand how to start a startup and what are the things he need to do before having an idea to go for starting a business or to become an entrepreneur. Because everyone cannot be a successful entrepreneur, or everyone cannot start a good startup. Only some people have the capability, or some people have the fire to do a successful business. And if you have the enough fire in you to do a business or to help your society to with the help of a product, then you will be a successful entrepreneur. Okay, and first of all, everyone must understand what is called as a startup. Okay, before knowing what is startup, we can't able to get into a business. And as we are in the educational institution, and everyone must aware of startup, so that only it is possible for you to develop a business, new business. Okay, and for a startup, it must be a private limited company. First and foremost important constraint is it must be a private limited company, and it should not be a more than 10 years of incorporation. Because if you start a startup by 2022, means up to 2032 only it will be called as a startup. After that, it will be called as a matured company. Okay, and for up to first 10 years you can call your company as a startup, and your turnover for those 10 years must not be more than 100 crore, which means an annual turnover must not be more than 100 crore. And surely the fourth point is a very important thing. It must work towards innovation or development of the society, or you can say improvisation of the existing products or improvisation of the existing services. Okay, improvement of the product means in already a product may be available in the market, and you are going to provide a solution to the problem faced by that product. Okay, and it may also deals with the creation of mass employment. Okay, that can also be called as a startup. We can say the famous startup who is having more than 500 crores business now, which was started around some between some 5 years back, Byju's. Okay, Byju's was a startup once, but its turnover is something phenomenal. And even Paytm is also a startup. PhonePe was also startup. And I think you are all familiar with the business they are doing now. Okay, they all started as a small startup with a small investment only, but they have started something new, and they have created a mass employment, and it deals with innovation, and it deals with the improvisation in the services, so that only it is possible for that startup to uh, generate a lot of crores. Okay, and if you satisfies these four, or if your idea or if your business satisfies these four constraints, then we can call that as a startup. And how to start a startup? Okay, before starting a startup, you need to look upon some of the important constraints, and those are the things I am going to discuss with you. Okay, first and foremost thing is, everyone will be having idea. Okay, even the people those who are educated, and the people who are not educated, or even the elderly people or young, it doesn't limit with the education, or it doesn't limit with the age, and it doesn't limit with the categories of the people or caste of the people. Everyone will be having ideas. Okay, and even our parents might be having ideas, and even they do not know that they are having one idea, but everyone will be having idea that forms a solution for the problems that is present in the society. For example, in the last month, I think so, while we are discussing, while me and my wife were discussing about something that job fair that is conducted by the uh, government. Okay, I think in the last month, a very big job fair was conducted in the Coimbatore city, and they have announced that nearly around 12,000 jobs were provided in a single job fair industry, job fair conducted by the state government of Tamil Nadu. Okay, and while we are examining the offers, and those 12,000 in those 12,000 offers, only 2,000 offers were genuine, or only 2,000 students have willing to join in that company. Remaining 10,000 offers were just for the namesake. And on discussing, and my wife have told that if government is possible to provide a genuine 12,000 job opportunity, means how many more students will be benefited like that. Okay, that is also an idea. If we bring a product to make that process as a genuine one, then we can say that that idea can be made into a startup. Okay, like that, everyone will be having idea. Most of the students might have ride the bike, and some of the students might not turn on the indicator while turning left or right, and those who are coming behind the vehicle will be facing a lot of the problem. At that time, we will be saying if there occurs any automation for this, and it is easy for it is easy for us to avoid that undisturbance. Okay, so these are all the ideas, but these ideas must be converted into a product to make a successful startup. That is the major difference. Okay, everyone will be having idea, but only very few people will have the capability to convert that idea into a business. Okay, and there occurs, like I have said, that there is a big difference having a great idea. Even your idea might be very very great and very very genuine and very very helpful to the society, but it doesn't mean that it is possible for you to make a successful startup business. Okay, because starting up a business is not a easy thing. Okay, it's not an easy one, because if it is an easy one, means everyone will be doing a business. Running a business is very much different, and you must understand that business is different from startups. Okay, from the first slide itself, I have told the definition of a startup. That is, you need to satisfy 4 criteria. But in case of business, it doesn't mean that you need to satisfy the 4 conditions. Okay, if you start a restaurant means it is a business. If you start a mechanic shop means that is also one of the business. If you start a pickle company, that is also one of the business. Okay, but those things will not come under the startups. Okay, entirely business and startups are different. Startups deals with the innovation, and you can say that it is related with the technical knowledge what you have studied in the institution, educational institution. So business doesn't need those technical knowledges. It just only need marketing capability of you. Okay, and most importantly, majority of the business gets failed within the 10 years of its incorporation, because they do not have a proper business plan. That is the most important thing. And remaining 29% of business are getting to a very successful one. That is also thing to be noted. And steps, what are the steps you need to consider while starting a startup? Okay, there are 7 important steps you need to uh, have those things in mind, or you need to be ready with those 7 steps before starting a problem. First and foremost thing is, you need to make a proper business plan. Without a business plan, it is not possible for anyone to convert an idea into a startup. You can convert an idea into a product, but converting an idea into a product doesn't mean that you are into a business. Okay, that is the important thing. Everyone, it is possible for everyone to convert an idea into a product, but it is not possible for converting that idea into a business. So before proceeding with the startup, you need to have a clear business plan, because without business plan, it is not possible for you to get any bank loan. Banks will not be ready to provide you any loan without your proper business plan, because once you approach funding from the bank loan or from external investors, they will be asking your business plan, how much expense your business will need, and where are you going to set up your business, and what are the target customers you are going to sell your product, and what will be your product range after some 10 years or after some 3 years, like that. Okay, everyone will be interested in your business plan. Without business plan, it is not possible for you to start a business. Okay, and most importantly, you can't able to grow your business. Okay, business plan is nothing but a simple outline of what you are going to do and how you are going to do. That's the thing. Okay, now I am going to convert this idea into a product, and I'm going to convert this product into a particular customer necessity. That's the thing. Okay, that is the business plan, and how much expenses it is needed for me to convert that idea into a product, and what are the things I need to do to reach a particular customer, like that. Okay, and it is also deals with the expenses what it can be occurred for the initial 3 to 5 years, because you can't able to generate lot of income in the first few years. That is the important thing, because it is very difficult to get the customers in the first few years. Once you get the customers, once you able to market your product very well, then you can run a business very smoothly. But before that, you need to have a proper plan to execute for that 3 to 5 years. Okay, the next second thing is, first, once you make a business plan, the next thing is you need fund. Okay, and every startup needs a fund. That fund or that money will vary from one startup to another. Okay, based on the product that you are going to make, based on the customers you are going to reach, or based on the location where you are going to set up your startup, or based on the office space requirement, or based on the number of products you need to manufacture. It all depends majorly on the funding you are getting. Okay, and while starting a business or while starting a startup, many people might have thought that converting an idea into a product cost this much, but in a real world or in real situation, the actual cost of converting an idea into a startup will be very much higher than the what people actually think. Okay, while before making a business plan, everyone might have think that within if I had some 5 lakh rupees, I can start the business or I can start a restaurant like that. Okay, but actual cost will vary. A lot of things will be understood only after we enter into a business. Okay, and from where we can able to find the investment. First thing is you can invest your own money. If you have a good background, you can invest your own money. Second thing is you can find investors. A lot of the investors will be interested to provide investment to a good startup. Even Google is providing investment for the startup, and they can and their only recommend is to call that as a sister concern. Even Infosys recently acquired a software product company called Sava. Okay, a lot of the startups will be funded by very big software giants. Okay, that is the investors, or some of the industrialists may also might help you to start a product. Okay, or start a startup, and you need to find a right investor to start your startup. Then third one is you can approach bank for the loan. Okay, business loans are provided by every national bank. So if you have a proper business plan, and if you have a good business opportunity, then surely bank will be interested in providing bank loan. And next thing is share market. You can share your ownership to some other people using the share market. By that also it is possible for you to generate some money to start your startup. These are all the ways you can able to generate the money, but you need funds or you need investment to start a startup. That is the most important thing. Without investment, it is not possible for you to convert an idea into startup. You need to ready with the funding. And next step is you need to be surrounded with the right people, because it is not possible for you to start a startup on your own. Okay, you need people around you. That people may be your partners or your friends, or technical staffs like that. Because if you start a startup, there needs to be people working under you. Okay, those people must be very well knowledge, because you are just starting a company. Then you need people who have some experience or some knowledge in the particular field, because you are new to the business. If others are also new to the business, means then you do not know whether you are making a correct decision or a wrong decision like that. Okay, so that you need some technical people and non-technical people, and you need some supervisors or some managers, and you need some lawyers, because some legal issues will be shadowed out by the lawyers, and there will be some state laws and national laws to start a startup. Okay, so that you need to get approval from a lot of persons, and you need to verify whether your product is legal or illegal like that. And accountants must be also be there, and a lot of people will be there to start a startup. And while you are starting a business, it may be a small team, but once you make your product in a large quantity, then you need to grow your business, and you also need to grow your team. Okay, and most important thing is, if you start your startup in a partnership manner, means some legal agreements must be ensured in the beginning itself, even though they are your family members, or even though they are your friends or colleagues, or whatever they may be. But if you are doing a business in partnership, means surely there should be a legal agreement between the partnerships, because you are doing a business, and when the business grows or when the business goes down, everyone must take the responsibility, and for that these legal agreements only will be helpful at the time. And last thing is, you need to insure business, because anything will be happening, anything will happen, and insurance is a major thing that will help you. Okay, and next thing is, you need an office space, and also your online presence must be felt. That is the website. Okay, and because without office space you can't able to start a business. And also equally website is also important in these situations. In current world, without your online presence it is not possible for you to reach majority of the customers, because everything is going online. If a person sees advertisement of your company or advertisement of your product, immediately they will be going for online and checking the variety of products. So web presence is very much essential to grow a business. And for a physical space you can opt for a rent, a lease, or you can own your business place. And owning a place is very much efficient when compared to that of rent and lease in a long term. Okay, if you are running a business for some 15 to 20 years, then it is better to own a space. Okay. And website, okay, website for your business must be launched even before the launching of your startup company. Why? In the sense, you are planning to launch your startup in the after some 6 months or after some 4 months. Okay, if you launch the website now itself, means the people who are searching your product may able to know that you are going to launch the product, or you will be the one who will be providing that kind of product. It is through this you can able to know your customers. Okay, these are the customers who are searching my product. So I can able to, once I launch the business or once I launch the startup, I can able to approach them for selling my product. Okay, that is the most important thing. It is possible in both the way. Customers will also able to be know about you, and also it is possible for also for you also to know about your customers, what are all the potential customers I can attract once I launch my product like that. Then you need to use social networks like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and even WhatsApp. Okay, because most of the advertisements or most of the marketing will takes place in the social networks only. Okay. Then next, become a marketing expert. Okay, you may have a best product or you may provide a best service in the world, but uh, you can't say that you are running a best business unless you reach the maximum number of customers. Okay, my product may be the number one product in the world, but that will be acknowledged by the customers. Okay, we can say that Google is one of the software giant because majority of the people are using Google. And we can say similarly Microsoft is one of the expert because majority of the people are using Microsoft Windows. Okay, and there are a lot of voice out there, and that may be country specific or area specific, but those things will not be recognized as a world renowned OS because the number of customers used by the product is very low. Okay, therefore you need to market your product to large number of people. Even if you do not know the marketing skills, there is no fault in hiring a marketing manager, or a lot of the companies, a lot of the startups are even having a marketing team. Okay, so to the main reason is to reach the maximum number of customers. And marketing can be in the digital form, that is digital manner, like that I have told you that in the in social networks you can market your product in a digital form, or you can use a printing or banners or posters, TVs, radios. You can use anything to market your product. And even marketing uh, using the advertisements is also beneficial. Okay, then build a customer base. This is very much essential because you can't able to generate new customers every time. Okay, you need to generate a customer base. You can able to make more money based from the existing customers than the new customers. Okay, so once a customer is satisfied with your product, surely he will be encouraging others to get product from you. Okay, for that you need to provide a proper customer service. Okay, you can first step is getting the customer to get your product. Next step is to maintain the customer. That is the most important thing. You need to make the customers coming back to you. That is the most important thing, to establish a customer base. Because if a Google is famous, means everyone is using Google daily. Okay, I am satisfied with the Google Chrome, so that I am not opting for Firefox or that is Microsoft Edge. Okay, if I am not satisfied with Google Chrome, means I will be going for some other browser. Okay, therefore Google is keeping its customer base. It makes the existing customers to get back to its own product. That is the most important thing. And last step is prepare for anything. Expect the unexpected, which means anything can happen at any time. Even before 2 years, no one thought of this pandemic, but in the pandemic, most of the business got collapsed. Okay, you need to be ready. Even if there are just imagine there is a startup that gets launched on the February 2020. Just imagine how they are going to how it was for them. Okay, just think. So you need to be ready for anything, and something will be out of control, like natural disasters may come, or this pandemic may come, and even nation's economy may be down. These are all out of controls, but we need to be ready for those kind of things only, because it will not be smooth sailing. Once you kickstart your business successfully, even ups and downs may come after some 10 to 20 years. Okay, Nokia is a well-renowned mobile manufacturing company. It ran successfully for lots of years, but it got down. Okay, even the Microsoft, who is a leading giant in the industry, they are also not able to successfully market their Microsoft Windows Phone. Okay, they acquire Nokia, but still they fail to market their product. Okay, so business is not, we can't say that business will always be a smooth sailing. And last thing is, employees may come and go, and new employees will always be there for you, and you can't attach personally with the employees, because if if a person finds a better opportunity than yours, then surely he has to go. He will be going, and you need to be ready for that also. Okay, I have this employee, I have done everything for this employee, but for the sake of some 10,000 rupees per month, he is going for some other industry, like that. You should not worried about the employees. Of course, you have to be worried about the wellness of your employee, but you should not worried about your employees going for or looking for other opportunity, because you will always going to get new employees, and someone will always going to replace an existing employee. That's the thing it's going to be. Okay, and these are all the things you need to consider while starting a startup. And in the last session, I think this is an innovation weekend, and you might have listened a wonderful inaugural session, and in that there are a lot of things have told, and about how it is possible for how government is helping to convert a product into, or idea into a product, or a product into a startup, how they are nurturing an idea, and how they are motivating the students to come up with the idea, and how they are helping from the step one, that is creating an idea, to the converting that into a startup. And even they are collaborating with some industry to help you get into a company. Okay, and you can get funds from Government of India, and all the informations are given in the startupindia.gov.in. What are the funds it is possible for a startup to get from the government, central government of India. And in this, all the ministry department are working in Startup India, which means even if your idea is related to agriculture, then Ministry of Agriculture will help you. If the if your idea deals with the defense ministry will help you in converting your idea into product. And information technology, likewise DIT will be helpful for you to convert your idea into a product. Okay, all the Ministry of Central Government is working cleanly in Startup India, and with the help of this Startup India, uh, it is possible for you to get IPR assistance, because once you are having an idea, surely you need to go with patent registration, because like you might have heard about the importance of patent. Okay, because if you fail to file a patent for your idea, then you can't claim the ownership for that idea. Okay, therefore you need to file an idea and you need to file copyrights. And if you are starting a business with a particular name, then you need to file a copyright for that name. Okay, these things will be assistance for these things will be given in the Startup India team itself. Okay, and uh, you are having a product and you need to be verified whether the product comes under the legal procedures of Indian government. Okay, some of the products will be illegal to produce, and some of the chemicals or some of the substance will be illegal to use or manufacture use in the manufacturing sector. Therefore you need to be aware of those things, and these kind of assistance will be given. And like loss. Okay, you are producing a product, and what is the what laws it has to be followed, and some ISO standard, ACMAR standard, all these things will be must be followed. And you are producing a product means it must satisfy the customer, and it must have certain quality, and those qualities only will be approved by the ISO standard or ACMAR standard, and these kind of clarification will be provided by the team. And some assistance will be provided in terms of tax exemption, and funds will be provided. That is the most important thing. If your idea is selected by the Startup India, then surely they are going to help you. They are going to help you from the zero. There is no need for you to spend a single rupee. Everything will be taken care by the government of India. And the seed fund scheme, startup fund is different and seed fund is different. Seed fund is nothing but it's just like money that is needed for doing a research. Okay, you are having an idea, but you need a lot of research to convert that idea into a product. And if your idea is genuinely great, then for that researching purpose also amount will be provided, funds will be provided. That is the seed fund. And after establishing Startup India, nearly 10,000 crore rupees has been given or allocated. 10,000 crores has been allocated to nurture the startups, and 3,500 crores have been already provided by the government of India. Okay, and how it is possible for me to approach this team means these teams will be conducting a lot of activities. Okay, and you might have heard your tutor or your advisor or your HOD might be asking you to apply for this innovative contest or this EDC contest or this idea contest. Okay, those things will be taken into consideration by the Startup India, and they will be selecting ideas from those clusters, and you will be called for evaluation. And after evaluating, they will be looking to whether your idea can be converted into a startup or not. Okay, based on that you can get the fund. And most important thing is most of the winners from Smart India Hackathon are getting the fund. And in the today's morning session also they have told that approximately 75 ideas have been selected from the 8,000 ideas that is given in the Smart India Hackathon, and those 75 ideas have been nurtured to into a product, and 37 products are already into a startup, which means they are into a business. From 75 products, 37 products are into a business, which means they have started their company. Okay, all these things will be managed by the central government. Okay, and for those 75 ideas alone, they have spent around nearly 3,500 crores. Just imagine the amount of fund it is possible for you to get from the government of India alone. Okay, only thing you need to do is you need to come up with a good idea. Okay, and don't hesitate to have an idea, and you do not know whether it is a good idea or bad idea unless and until you get a proper clearance from your mentors. Okay, and even last year central government also introduced one Taikathon function. Okay, Taikathon competition, and it is for it is a tie making competition, because in today's scenario most of the toys are imported only. Okay, only very few amount of toys are being manufactured in India. Most of the toys are being imported. So to reverse the condition, we Indian government have announced the Taikathon, and around 9 domains or 9 problem statements they have given. They are open to everyone. Everyone in the educational institution can able to provide it with ideas, both the digital and the physical toys. You can able to make a digital game, or you can make a toy. Okay, based on that, around 117 toys has been selected, and they all into collaborated with the industry to produce toys. Okay, and the students, those who came up with an idea, those who came up with an star toy, they will be getting some percentage from the toys. Okay, therefore it is very very essential to participate in all the government related competitions to get into an idea. And most importantly, why startups are important? The most important thing is everyone or not everyone can work up to the age of 40 or up to the age of 50. Okay, and most of the students will not have the what I can say, most of the students will not be comfortable in working under some other persons. So for those people, they need to go with the startup, and some of the people will be having dream to start a business, and some of the people's idea will not be encouraged in some other places, so that they need to go for a startup. Okay, and as an engineer, and or if you opt for a software engineering, means surely you need to get into a business at one stage after some 10 or 15 years of work. You need to get into a business, so that startup will be very much essential. And for getting into a placement as a student getting into a startup, now your first step is you need to create an idea, and you need to convert that idea into a product, and that will be helpful for both the things. Once you finish your education, it is possible for you to get into a business. If your product is well enough to sell to a market, means you can get into a business, or that product will be very much helpful in getting a job opportunity in very good company, because you can able to show the interviewer that you have developed a product while studying itself. During education phase itself, you have created a product. So surely that will be an added advantage. Apart from your mini project or project, you have created a product. Project and product are entirely different. Project is nothing but a simple demonstration of what you are going to do. Product is nothing but a real time applicable resource. That is, you can able to use that product directly into a real world. That is the product. Okay, and that product will be definitely helpful in getting you a good job. Surely if you develop or if you participate in competitions like Smart India Hackathon or Taikathon, or any other innovation idea contest, surely it's going to be an added advantage, and surely that will make you one step ahead of others. Okay, and you can ask this question to yourself. Okay, everyone will be saying I'm going to start a startup, or my idea is not great enough to sell a product, or my idea is great enough for this kind of competition like that. Okay, idea can be very minimal, or idea can be, you can thought your idea is just a simple thing or just a small thing, but it will be a very big thing it may be a very big thing in future. Just ask these questions with yourself. What if your idea is not just an idea? Okay, what if it sees light? What if some investor is keen on thinking about this? Okay, what if it's what if it is really born, means what if it's the innovative idea that exists into the world for the first time? Okay, what if you can get someone to believe in it? Okay, and if someone is help you in nurturing it, if nurturing it means if it is possible for that person to convert idea into a product. Okay, just ask these kind of questions. Surely we do not know the future, what future holds. Okay, just whatever maybe the simplest of your idea, just bring forward. That is the most important thing. You do not know whether your idea is simple or not. Okay, even before the existence of a matchbox, fire is a very big thing. Even before the existence of a needle, injection was a very big thing. Now it may be a small thing, but just imagine, before the existence of, or when it first come into the world, or when it first the idea is brought into the world, just imagine the electricity. Okay, now the electricity, generation of electricity or distribution of electricity may be very simple now, but just think the idea of electricity, how it can be created or how it can be generated. Okay, so you do not know whether your idea is big enough to create a revolution or very small. Okay, if uh, the person who invented electricity thinks that my idea is not a great, or my idea is not great enough, good enough to create a revolution, means just think how it's created a revolution. Think of a semiconductor, as you are a ECS student, think of a semiconducting industry. Without a semiconducting industry, you can't able to think of system, or you can't able to think of any memory devices or any electronic devices. Just think the seed what the semiconductor inventor have put. Okay, that idea may be very simple, and that idea is nothing but uh, uh, it it got born in a simple thing. ஓகே, இப்போ கரண்ட் போயிட்டு இருக்கு, கரண்ட் கண்டக்ட் பண்றதுக்கு ஒரு டிவைஸ் இருக்கு, கரண்ட்டை ஸ்டாப் பண்றதுக்கு ஒரு டிவைஸ் இருக்கு. நமக்கு தேவைப்படுறப்ப கரண்ட்டை கண்டக்ட் பண்றதுக்கும் தேவையில்லாதப்ப கரண்ட்டை ஸ்டாப் பண்றதுக்கும் ஒரு டிவைஸ் இருந்தா எப்படி இருக்கும்? தட்ஸ் சிம்பிள். ஓகே, so that idea brought into a life of semiconductor. That's the idea is very simple, and converting an idea into a product is a different thing. That is I'm not getting into that. First you need to come forward with your ideas. Okay, that is the most important thing in creating a startup, and I hope everyone of those who attended this webinar will be enthusiasm in creating a startup. And thank you very much for attending this session. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you for giving a bunch of information for us about the startups. If they have any idea about the startup, they can use this thing. So thank you so much. Atulya, you can start now.
Just a minute,
So a
ma'am.
very
Feedback
good
link.
morning.
Adulya, just a minute.
One,
Feedback link, ma'am.
sir, I can post in the group, sir.
Okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
A very good morning to all again. I feel very honored to give vote of thanks for this wonderful session. First of all, I thank the management for giving this opportunity to organize such a wonderful session. Next, I convey my special thanks to the resource person for sharing very valuable information with all of us. I also thank all the coordinators of the session. Lastly, I thank all the participants of the session who made this a very grand event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone.
So you can leave the session, ma. After this, I will post the feedback link in your group. Please do the feedback and share your screenshot. Okay. Thank you. You can leave the session. Thank you.